Hey there, and welcome to Northeast Sports Network's presentation of Amherst Mammoth Baseball. I'm Chuck Scott, taking you through the action. We're here at Bill Thurston Field, the field named for the old coach of Amherst Baseball all the way back from 1966-09, who had an 811-471 and 12 tie record. They host Nichols College coming out of the CCC. This is one of the last three non-conference matchups here for Amherst before they finish out their conference schedule. Looking at the standings in the NESCAC for you in the West Division, Amherst with a 6-3 record, just a tad bit better than Middlebury, tied at that first. But Amherst, alphabetically, I would assume. I don't see any tiebreakers there other than having 3 games in hand on Middlebury, being the ones on top. Wesleyan in third, Williams in fourth, Hamilton in fifth. Bates on the East Division leads on the other side. Tufts in second, Bowdoin, Trinity, then Colby. We'll quickly get you your lineups here. First off for Nichols, leading off will be Chris Cerniglia. He will be, and then batting second will be Cam Cook. Nick Waugh batting third in the 3 spot. Kyle Bouchard in the cleanup. Tim Ford will be your DH for the day. Matt Hardy follows him up. Christian Nakari, Joe Asenza, and Andrew Dahl rounds it out. On the mound for them will be Tyler Crane. For Amherst on the mound for them, Davis Brown. He comes in 1-1, the sophomore, 16.1 innings pitched. He's given up 9 earned runs on the year, 13 walks to 8 Ks, and a 4.96 ERA. And going around the diamond for you, he's on the mound. Severino Tachi's behind the plate. Chase Henley at third base. At second, Max Steinhorn. At third, Nick Nardone. And then at shortstop, Harry Roberson. And then in your outfield, Thanopoulos, Kenny, and Hardin. And your DH is Anthony Spina. Now leading off for Nichols, Chris Cerniglia steps in. He'll take a first pitch strike right there, and we're underway. Cerniglia, 293 hitter for Nichols. Watch another one in the dirt for a ball. Slugging 319. 3 doubles on the year, and he'll single up the middle. But another hit on the board for him. Pushing, trying to get that up over 300 for the leadoff batter. Bisons get one on base off of Davis Brown, trying to recover now. Next up, Cam Cook, 325 hitter. Has 39 hits and 120 at bats. Has 1 triple on the year. Has the speed and a 400 slugging percentage. He'll look at one in the dirt, trying to make Davis Brown work for it. The check on Cerniglia. And the throw over, nothing doing. Easy throw over for Davis Brown. Chase Henley still holding on the runner. Cam Cook coming off a 2-for-3 game. Skies one. It's going to be trouble, and it drops in. But they will get Cerniglia at second base, ranging out to the outfield with Steinhorn. Couldn't quite get it, coming in from his outfield position to throw him out was Ariel Kenny. Cam Cook stays on base, but that'll go as well. If you're scoring, it'll go as a single. As it did drop. Getting way off, and Cam Cook has to dive back into the base. Davis Brown keeping him close. Cam Cook, 16 stolen bases, has only been caught once. Davis Brown gets a comebacker, and he throws it out in the outfield. Cam Cook going to third. Holding off at first will be Nick Waugh. So an E1 if you're scoring at home there for Davis Brown. Waugh will stay at first, one out here in the inning. Davis Brown early on in some trouble. Big hitter coming up, Kyle Bouchard, the first baseman. Kyle Bouchard has a home run on the year, 8 doubles, hitting .361. Second only to Nick Waugh standing at first base. He'll take a ball low. Davis Brown holding. Waugh goes at first. Avoids the double play. Bouchard grounds out, but does drive the run in. It's a 1-0 lead for Nichols Bisons. So it'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice. And if you're scoring at home. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Waugh on second. And a rope into the right field corner. Tim Ford poking one out there. He'll round to first base. He'll stroll into second. Big time 2-out double.
Now batting, number 1, Matt Hardy.
2-0 lead for the Bisons. Matt Hardy steps in. .290 hitter on the year, punitive second baseman. Looking to drive in a runner on the pond. Ball low in the dirt. Nichols making Davis Brown work for every strike he can get. Brown sets. Here's the 1-0. Up playing on first base is Tim Ford. He'll get chased back. Brown stepping off the mound. Brown paying close attention to the base runners. Man on second, 2 outs, 2-0 Nichols. Roped right into the Amherst bench, 1-1 to Matt Hardy. And this is the non-broken Matt Hardy at the plate for all you wrestling fans out there. Hardy with the 1-1. Davis looks in. He gets the signal. Set. Again, Ford playing with him. Can't catch the outside corner. It's a 2-1 count. Hardy started all 30 games he's appeared in, coming off a 1-for-4 game against Curry College. A throw over to second. Steinhorn can't quite catch it, but no harm, no foul. Trying to get the tag before he had the ball on Ford. Ford really getting into Davis Brown's head on the mound, and now the infield will come in, and head coach Brian Ham will come out to talk to his sophomore pitcher. Talked a little bit to Brian Ham about these non-conference matchups late in the season. He just related that this is a time to get pitchers some pitch counts, some innings pitched, mess with the lineup a little bit to see, what they can do going into the weekend when they resume conference play. So getting the sophomore in, didn't pitch at all last year. Yeah, there seems to be some problem. There's some sticks on the field. That was Don Strohmeyer making sure the field is ready to go. Davis Brown back on the rubber. Stares in. 2-1 count to Hardy. Here's the pitch. Can't catch the inside corner. It's a 3-1 count. Davis Brown can ill afford to lose Matt Hardy. Nakari would be the next batter up. And a rip down to the third baseline. It's easily handled, and thrown on to the first baseman, Nick Nardone, with the easy putout, and that'll do it. We'll be right back on the Northeast Sports Network with your bottom of the first inning here at Amherst College. Steinhorn to lead things off. Quickly run through the lineup for you for Amherst in the bottom of the first inning. Harry Roberson will follow up Steinhorn, Thanopoulos in the 3 spot, Spina in the cleanup, Nardone 5th, Kenny 6th, Hardin 7th, Henley 8th, Tachi rounding out the order in the second cleanup as the first one to strike to Steinhorn. Tyler Crane comes in. Again, 1-1. These numbers very similar between these two pitchers. 16.1 innings pitch, a 4.96 ERA, as he finds a strike to home for the second time in a row. Steinhorn having to protect early on in the game. We would talk more about conference play, this being a non-conference matchup. As Crane delivers, trying to get the curveball across. Can't get it to break enough. It's a 1-2. Good waste pitch there. Tyler Crane, 2 relatively solid outings, at least in terms of innings pitch, and a line drive to the right of Bouchard just goes foul. Trying to go opposite way, waiting on that breaking ball is Steinhorn. Last outing for Tyler Crane at Mitchell lasted 4 innings, gave up 5 earned runs off of 5 hits, had 3 strikeouts. And another one spoiled out of play, still 1-2. LaSalle probably his best outing of the year. He's coming to relief a couple times early in the year. He's seen 3 innings pitch against WPI and Clark University when they're visiting them in just down the road in Worcester. And then his best outing against LaSalle, 5 innings pitched, just 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, and a win as he wastes another one. 2-2 now, has to come to the strike zone. Sophomore deals. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, lunged at to the shortstop, and it's taken care of easily by the Bison. They throw it around. 6-3 out there for Steinhorn. Cerniglia with the easy play. Last year for Tyler Crane, he was Appeared in 9 games out of the bullpen, just got 9.2 innings. But he did strike out 9 in those 9 innings, so definitely strikeout pitcher, but Cerniglia cannot jump to get that one, and a first pitch hit for Roberson. Roberson adds that 364 average. Yanni Thanopoulos steps in. Thanopoulos, second leading hitter. Well, really the first leading hitter is Rob Casey III. It's 500 batting average. He's 2 for 4 on the year. 396, Thanopoulos, the captain, in the box. Swings to the first pitch. Could be a double play ball. No, it's a C-nice single. Past Cerniglia and as well as Nakari. And 2 on for Amherst quickly. Yanni Thanopoulos gets on with the signal. Spina steps into the plate now. The senior outfielder playing DH today. Great number 16. If you can't tell, it was my baseball number in high school as well. Also, of note, warming up right in front of us, George Long, the senior, right-handed pitcher for Amherst. Trying to catch someone leaning. Roberson scampers back. Tyler Crane looking around trying to get someone. Has 2 on. Ball hasn't necessarily been hit hard off him, but he's given up 2 hits and 3 batters. Trying to keep a 2-0 lead. Anthony Spina waits for the first pitch. Swings one, tries to rope one off a breaking ball. He'll foul it off into his own dugout, 0-1. Crane with the 0-1. Taking his time again, keeping the runners honest. Swung on, hit down the third base line. Picked up, only one play to first, and he gets him. Spino almost beat that out. Runners move up to second and third. Great running play on not a hard hit ball by Nakari. Make sure he gets the out. Nick Nardone steps in a little bit further down, the sophomore third baseman, 337 hitter, and 89 at-bats. Does have 3 home runs for the punitive size. Fence is up here today. It's one of those removable fences, so when we were here in the fall with Northeast Sports Network, these were not up. And there's the first pitch strike on a breaking ball. Nardone waits the 0-1. Runners on second and third. 2 outs, though, for the Bison. A little too high. Slider misses. Tyler Crane employing his entire pitch arsenal here already in the first inning. 1-1 count. Joss misses low with the fastball. 2-1. Sophomore coming off a year where he didn't see much action, had 4 hits and 18 at-bats, but has really made use of his 24 games played here this year as he faces a 2-2 with 2 outs. Ooh, good eye from Nardone there. He makes the count full with 2 on. Tyler Crane's got to come with it. Does have first base open, though. Crane sets. 3-2 count. Misses high. Not even close. He'll load the bases. Stepping in for the first time today, Ariel Kenny. 274. It's our first hitter so far here today who's underneath 300. 62 at-bats for the 20-game played junior from the outfield. Has one home run on the season, has a little bit of pop. Crane with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Comes in with a fastball right at the knees. Again, Crane getting the rare start today. You'll see that a lot in late season action here in D3 baseball at a conference. Swung on, grounded bound, foul. Evens it up at 1 apiece. Oh, excuse me, it makes it 0-2. Kenny already in a hole, the right fielder. Looking to drive one to the outfield, at least stay alive here, down 0-2. As the bases loaded, a big opportunity here for Amherst to at least tie things up, possibly take the lead. Crane throws one in the dirt, not a bad pitch as this first one was around the same area, 1-2. See if he comes back with the heat for you and goes back to the breaking ball. One, two. Goes back to the breaking ball. High, can't get the break. Things seem to have dried out nicely. We had rain earlier today. It's still a bit cloudy. Patrick, my producer, said there might be rain in the forecast. We'll try and get this entire game in. Crane with the 2-2. In the strike zone. Catches. Hit her off balance, and it's an infield single for Ariel Kenny. 1 run will score. Roberson comes all the way in, and that's matriculating a run if I've ever seen one.
Now batting, number 12, Ryan Harden.
Ryan Harden steps in. Ryan Harden, the junior outfielder, 371 average. I think now that's 7th spot. Crane. Again, with the bases loaded, 2 outs, has given up 1 so far in the inning, and he throws one low to Harden. Bottom of the first inning, 2-1 lead for the Bison. Again, Amherst with the bases loaded. Gets a slider across for the first strike to Harden. Here's the pitch from Crane. Can't catch the strike zone, just a bit outside. 2-1 count to Harden. Crane taking his time again. 2-1 lead, 2-1 count, 2 out, bases loaded. Just on the outside corner, good location there. Harden is looking at a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Crane looks in, sets. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, hit down the third baseline. Akari with it at shortstop, tries to jump throw. Bouchard just keeps it from going by. There's another run for the Mammoths as they tie it up at 2 and another infield single.
Now batting, number 25, Chazzy Henley.
Chazzy Henley steps in. Henley on the year, 282, has a couple home runs to his name. Looks at one on the inside corner for a strike. Still has the bases loaded. A couple infield singles has given us the 2-2 lead that we have here in the bottom of the first. 0-1 count with 2 outs to Henley. Here's the pitch on the outside corner. Henley thought about it, but held up. Here's the pitch from Crane. out in front, fouls it behind him from Henley. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Crane trying to get out with only the 2 runs scored. Crane with the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Changeup fools Henley. Here's her first K of the game and the 3rd out in the bottom of the 1st inning. We'll be right back on the Northeast Sports Network with your top of the 2nd here at Amherst College. Christian Nikari steps in. Davis Brown, having given up 2 runs in the top of the 1st, still on the mound. The sophomore looking for a better inning. Christian Nikari comes in, .319 average. No home runs on the year, but 12 RBIs. Brown throws one, and that looked like it was going to be in the dirt. Nikari takes a swing at it, puts himself in an 0-1 hole. Nichols coming into here 11-9 at a conference, so just about 500, 2 games over. 7-5 in conference in the competitive Commonwealth Conference. CCC. Nikari waits the 1-1, roped up the middle on a laser show. Right up the middle again, the same start to the 2nd inning as we had in the top of the 1st for the Bisons. Asenza stepping in, way down on the stats list, 189. Has actually started 27 out of 28 games. He's got 90 at-bats on the season. Only slugging .244. 8 RBIs, but when he gets on base, he's a stolen base threat. He's got 2 for 2 so far here. He's getting a lot of signals from the 3rd base coach for Nichols. We'll see if the bunt is on here with the 8-hitter. Davis Brown throws over to first. Steinhorn throws it back to him, and just keeping him close here, seeing if Asenza will give anything up. Swinging away is Asenza. It's popped up. Steinhorn gets all the way out to the outfield. He'll take it for the 1st out of the inning. Andrew Dahl stepping in. .254 average in the 21 games he's played. He started 20 of them. .302 slugging percentage. Not bad. 10 RBIs on the year. 1 for 2 stolen bases. And he got him! Davis Brown with a slick pickoff move gets Nikari sleeping. And we've got 2 outs so far. We got 2 outs here in the top half of the 2nd. Davis Brown now looking for a 1-2-3 inning with the rare 1-2-3 inning with a base hit. Throws the ball to Dahl. Dahl swings on one, gets it to the outfield, lost it in the clouds. Steinhorn has not, though, and that's what matters as he makes the third out. And that'll do it for your top half of the second inning. It's a quick one here on the Northeast Sports Network. We'll be right back from Amherst College with the bottom half. Tochi leads us off, the ninth hitter for Amherst. Tyler Crane still on the mound. First pitch low. Starts off 1-0. The catcher usually bats at the bottom of the order. These two teams following suit from one another. Tochi sees his first strike. Severino Tachi, the freshman catcher, has played in 22 games so far. Has a .314 batting average. Not a bad average for your catcher, especially if he's a defensive specialist as he swings through one to make it 1-2. Good change up there from Tyler Crane. Crane with the 1-2. Just misses. You got to think Dahl was set up on the outside corner. Was trying to get Tachi to chase. Tyler Crane now with the windup, 2-2. Was going to go outside the zone. It goes right back to Crane. He'll flip to Bouchard, and Bouchard will send it around the horn. There's your first out, 1-3. Back to the top of the order, Max Steinhorn, who grounded out to short. All the way back in the first inning. All the way back, just an inning to go. Still 2-2 here at Bill Thurston Field. Crane. First pitch swinging. Looks like it's going to be 6-3 again. Nakari to Bouchard. Indeed it is. Repeating that first at back. Steinhorn is gone. 6-3. Two quick outs here for Nichols College. That'll bring up Roberson. Roberson singled to left field last inning and came all the way around to score. The shortstop looking to make something happen with a two-out rally. Shows bunt, pulls away. He'll get the ball, 1-0. Still gray overcast, though. Threat of rain. Doesn't really feel like it in the air, though, as Crane comes with 1-0. Roped into left field, but it'll be an easy fly out to Matt Hardy, and that'll do it. 1-2-3 inning, as the Mammoths can't put anything on the board in the second. We'll be right back in the Northeast Sports Network, the top half of the third here at Amherst College. Chris Aniglia, the leadoff batter, now leads off. He singled up the middle in the first to lead off the first inning. It was a 1-2-3 inning for Davis Brown after a pickoff as he starts off with a strike to Cerniglia. Gave up a single to Nikari, and Nikari got caught napping. Led to a 1-2-3 inning, and swinging through that is Cerniglia quickly 0-2. The pitchers seem to be settling down here in this game. Sparse crowd so far. One in the dirt. Good waste pitch there. Didn't get Cerniglia to chase. Sparse crowd here at Amherst College on was a blustery Wednesday afternoon. It's warmed up a bit. Slight breeze coming in. Ground up the middle, taken. Steinhorn able to make the play. Excuse me. Roberson able to make the play. Quickly dispatches Cerniglia. Cam Cook coming in. Cam Cook also got a single in the first inning. Davis Brown settling down, 1 out now here in the top half of the third inning. Just missing the plate there is Brown. Looking at it was Cam Cook. Cam Cook trying to add even more to that 325 average, 12 RBIs on the year as he looks at a strike, 1-1. Joss on the inside corner, having to scoot out of the way is Cam Cook. Swung on, fouled away, may have been off his own foot. It's into the Amherst dugout, 2-2. Swung on and missed. It's caught by Dole behind the plate, and there's the first K for Davis Brown in the second out of the inning. Each team moving through the offenses quickly. We're already in the third inning, top half of the third. Nick Waugh, who got on base by way of an error last inning, or excuse me, in the first, looks at one high. Of course, Nick Waugh, one of their best players, leading the team with a .419 average and 117 at-bats, nothing to sneeze at. 2 home runs and 28 RBIs. Also 3 triples, which leads the team. And tied for first with 8 doubles with Kyle Bouchard. So, this is someone that can get a 2-out rally going on a 1-1 count. Swings through one quickly, 1-2. Got the chance to talk to him a little bit before the game. He was impressed that I knew the Waugh name right off the bat. Have to admit that's a little bit from hockey with Patrick Waugh as, just nearly getting that one, staying on the bag. It's Ariel Kenny, and that dispatches Nick Waugh with the ground out back to the pitcher. We'll be right back in the Northeast Sports Network with the bottom half of the third inning here at Amherst College. Yanni Thanopoulos steps in, the leading batter for Amherst College, and he has quite possibly the best walk-up ever, as it was the theme from Lion King. So Thanopoulos calls time. Crane will step off. Didn't have quite the grip on the bat, and wipes his hands a little bit. And we're ready to go. Thanopoulos single to left field in the first inning, looking to add to that 400 average. He'll foul one off. Crane starts him off 0-1. 396 coming in, so just right at that 400 average. He's got 1 home run, 9 doubles, now 10 doubles. He'll swing at one on the dirt on the breaking ball, quickly down 0-2 though. Yanni Thanopoulos with wholeheartedly a easier name to pronounce than the Greek Creek from the NBA, Antetokounmpo. Thrown on the outside, not a bad waist pitch there, trying to get him to chase on the outside, staying away from the dangerous Thanopoulos. That rhymed a little bit there. The dangerous Thanopoulos. Could be a wrestling name. And a curveball gets him out in front. He'll spoil it, foul. Quiet campus here today at Amherst. Crane with the 1-2. Throws it in the dirt again, trying to Thanopoulos to go after it. Does not. Evens the count. Temperature starting to dip as we approach 4:45. And another one in the dirt. Thanopoulos leaned in, thought about it, didn't go. Has worked the count full after an 0-2 count. Crane trying to put him away, not lose him. Leadoff batter. Thanopoulos gets underneath it. It's a high fly ball. Cerniglia able to put it away, and Crane escapes. Thanopoulos. Anthony Spina coming out to the Lion King. I think this is actually Anthony Spina's, and they gave it to the Thanopoulos on mistake. Fantastic ditty up. Just some quality stuff here at the D3 level. Anthony Spina. Props to you, young man. Props to you. I have not, but my producer, as Spino, puts one over the head of the leaping Cerniglia. He's going to try and dig for second. He'll slide in head first. He'll get there. Crane will pull it in off of his mound. There's a double for Anthony Spina, putting the power of Lion King to use. Nick Nardone walked in the first inning, got all the way to third, did not score. He's part of that bases loaded 2-out situation that Crane was able to somewhat pitch himself out of. He did give up 2 runs in the inning. That's where we're at, 2-2. And now with 1 out, Nardone threatening with the Mammoths. .337 hitter. Again, 3 home runs on the year. Does have power despite his size. And Tyler Crane trying to make sure. No one moving around on him. Crane sets. Taking his time. And Nardone at the plate takes time. Tyler Crane taking too much time to get to the plate. A little bit of mind games going on between each team. Crane looks back. Now delivers. Just low. Can't catch the plate. No one 1-0. Approaching finals here on campus as we get ever closer to May. Games get rescheduled. This one being rescheduled from April 1st as one's ripped down the third baseline foul. Evens things up at 1 apiece. Crane looks in. 1-1 count, 1 out, runner on second. To pitch Nardone, pulls it to the third base side. Bouchard will get it and put him away. Runner moves all the way to third, but still will take a base hit to get him home. Two outs. Ariel Kenny comes up. He had an infield single all the way back in the first. Showing off the wheels. Does have 2 stolen bases on the year. Came in today at 274, the junior outfielder. Rips one down the third base line. Handled again. No, not handled. Bobbled. I'm able to make the play as Nakari. And that'll score a run, and it will give Amherst their first lead of the game. That's an E5 as Kenny gets on to first. Harden steps in. Also had an infield singles, back-to-back infield singles from him and Kenny all the way back in the first. 2 errors so far here for Nichols. Excuse me, 1 error apiece. The scoreboard in front of me has just been corrected. That's right, because Davis Brown threw one into center field trying to turn a double play all the way back in the first inning, part of the Bison's 2-run inning. Kenny getting a sizable lead at first base. Crane will go over. Bouchard just looks him back. Couple players throwing in front of us for Amherst. Doesn't look to be anything serious, though. They haven't had anyone warming up, per se, yet. Showing the bunt. Kenny has to scamper back. Pulling it back, though, is Harden. Ryan Harden, a 371 hitter. 9 stolen bases, so he's got the wheels. 2 outs, trying to manufacture a little bit and get Tyler Crane thinking and well the rest of the infield. And Bouchard puts that one back down onto Kenny, but Kenny gets back in. Good amount of speed out there. Between the play and at first base. Kenny, again, a sizable lead on Crane. Crane goes to the plate, swung on, fouled off. It's 1-2. One-two count, 2 outs. Kenny at first base. Harden awaits. See if Crane wastes one here. Kenny thought about going, throw down again, just barely in. Bouchard with a good sweep tag. And Andrew Dahl not afraid to throw it down the first base line. 2-2 count. A little bit of wind. And a little bit of drizzle off the tent. Crane waits. Kenny fakes going again, but that's strike 3, and he would have been out anyways. So technically 4 outs in the inning for Nichols College, and that'll do it for the 3rd inning. Amherst gets 1 across to take the lead 3-2 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Kyle Bouchard steps in. He grounded out to short. It was a fielder's choice. They went to second with it. Couldn't get him at first. He steps in. Big hitter. Second on the team in hitting for the Bisons at 361. Looks as one, misses on the outside. Trying to stay away from him is Davis Brown. Smart move. We welcome you to the top of the fourth inning on the Northeast Sports Network. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Will be easily taken by Steinhorn, who will throw him out. And Bouchard is dispatched. We get the first out in the top of the fourth inning.
Now batting, number 4,
Tim
Tim Ford.
Ford. Coming up, 319 hitter. As he fouls one off into the backstop. Tim Ford doubled in the first inning, drove in 2. Swings on another one, sends it back, and this one over the backstop. Quickly down 0-2 here in the fourth. But DH not afraid to put that bat into action immediately after sitting an entire defensive inning. A late swing, a dive at first. No one's going to be there. No, Davis gets there, and he gets it from Steinhorn. What a play there. As the diving first baseman, Chase Henley, couldn't get there. Steinhorn backed him up, and Davis Brown with the great spring training follow-up, getting the second out of the inning. Matt Hardy grounded out to third base to make the third out in the first. Steps in. He'll swing at the first pitch, and he'll do the exact same thing as Henley will dig it out of the dirt. And that will do it. 5-3 ends it, and it's a 3-2 lead as Amherst will go to the bench and come out in the bottom of the fourth with their at-bats coming up here on the Northeast Sports Network. New pitcher in for Nichols Bison, Jack DeCenzo. He's appeared only in one game, so his ERA is 9, but that's a bit deceiving. 1 inning pitch, 1 earned run, 1 walk, no Ks. So here we go. First pitch on the inside, catches it. First pitch strike to Chazé Henley. Henley awaits the 0-1. DeCenzo gets him to chase one in the dirt. Did get a nick of it, but it doesn't matter. 0-2 quickly. DeCenzo's lone appearance, the 19th here in April against Mitchell. One fouled off the pole behind. Still 0-2. Henley wastes one. Freshman from Norfolk, Massachusetts, out east, went to King Philip. Big kid, about my size, 6'2", 235 on the mound. A bit intimidating. Here's a pitch from the big freshman. Catches him on the outside. Henley can only look. Backwards K in your book. First out of the inning. Henley comes in. First batter did something that. Tyler Crane could not do the entire game. Get a strikeout looking. Tochi steps up. He grounded out to the pitcher. And DeCenzo working quickly here. Throws one in the dirt. DeCenzo waits. Here's the pitch. 1-0. Swung on. Popped up to right field. And easily taking that is Nick Waugh. He'll throw it back in quickly. 2 outs. Max Steinhorn steps in. Been up twice. He's grounded out to short each time. DeCenzo, 2 quick outs in relief here in the top half of the 4th. Steinhorn fakes a bunt. Can't pull it back. It's 0-1. Bottom half of the 4th inning. 3-2 lead for Amherst on top of the Nichols College Bison. Another one up high. Steinhorn just watches that one in, even things up. DeCenzo with the 1-1. Almost gets Steinhorn fooled, but can't catch it. A little low. 2-1. Trying to catch him on the breaking ball. Caught Steinhorn a little bit off guard. DeCenzo now with the pitch. Swung on Steinhorn. Just fouls one off to the right. Evens things up at 2 apiece. 2 outs. Steinhorn trying to get a 2-out rally going for Amherst to add on to that 3-2 lead. Swung on, roped into center field. Dive, and it's past the center fielder, Asenza, and it's thrown in. It's a double for Steinhorn. That brings up Roberson. Roberson singled out to left in the first. Came around to score. Flew out to left in the second. We'll see if he can put one out. DeCenzo off the rubber. He'll step on. Steinhorn at second. Amherst trying to get one on a 2-out rally with Roberson at the plate. DeCenzo quickly. High. Doesn't look like he has much command here from the stretch. So we'll see if that's a big theme going forward for the freshman. There is someone out in the bullpen. Can't see the number. If I can catch a glimpse of the number, I will let you know who's warming up for the Bison. Still no one for Amherst. They're going to let Davis Brown keep going. He's had 3 ever since that first inning. Every inning's been a 1-2-3 inning for him. Senzo catches the strike zone, evens things up at 1 apiece. Freshman, 1-1 count. Goes to the plate. Too low. It gets by Dahl. They'll send Steinhorn to third. That's a pass ball. Roberson with a hitter's 2-1 count. 2 outs. Needs a hit to get in Steinhorn, but it can be a little dribbler. C9 single. 2-1 count from DeCenzo. Trying to keep the runner off the plate. Dahl blocks that one. 3-1. DeCenzo with first base open, but if he walks Roberson, that brings the dangerous Thanopoulos up to the. I'm never gonna stop saying that now. Roberson to the plate, swung on, hit to short. put away there. As Cerniglia gets DeCenzo out of the inning unscathed. After 4, it's still a 3-2 lead for Amherst here on the Northeast Sports Network. Christian Nikari steps in. Nikari, he's the one who was picked off in the second and started the string of 1, 2, 3 innings for Davis Brown, as David Brown starts him off with a strike. Nikari got on the hit up the middle and then got picked off and then dispatched quickly. Shot to third and it's quickly thrown over by Nardone. And a 6-3, so not getting on base is Nikari. And basically, ever since that pickoff, Davis Brown's been perfect. Of course, now there will be a hit. First pitch strike to Asenza, who tried to dive and make a diving catch out there in the outfield and could not quite get it in the bottom half of the last inning, and he looks at one high for a ball. One, 2 count. Wish I could give you a pitch count on Davis Brown. Longest he's gone is 5 innings, so if he gets out of this, we're looking at his longest outing of the year. No one warming up for the Mammoths either. Ground ball to short, picked up. Steinhorn over, across, excuse me, not Steinhorn, Roberson, and that's 2 outs quickly. Davis Brown wheeling and dealing and looks as comfortable as you possibly can as a pitcher out there on the mound right now. Amherst 3 for 5 so far with runners on, 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Nichols 1 for 3. Amherst, a few singles with the bases loaded. It's the first pitch strike to Andrew Dahl, the catcher. Now when Joss misses low, good pitch, a good location there. Can't really do much with that as a pitcher. Davis Brown, the 1-1. Thrown in the dirt. Can't lead the last hitter here. You can't get to Cerniglia. If you're Davis Brown, you need to get this 1-2-3 and keep this momentum going. Hits are 6 of 4 in favor of Amherst. They're up 3-2. Another one in the dirt on the inside. Quickly 3-1. Davis Brown all of a sudden can't find the strike zone. And one misses on the inside. First walk of the day for Davis Brown. Cerniglia steps in. Singled in the first, grounded out to short in the third. Those have been his 2 at-bats here today. .293 hitter, 13 RBIs, a little bit of speed, has 3 stolen bases. Looks at one low. Well, that's 5 straight balls right now for Davis Brown. Lucky he's not playing at Texas A&M. That will remind him of how many straight balls he's had. Spins, throws a Henley. Henley with the sweep. In there is Dahl. Here's the set. 1-0 count. Can't find the strike zone again. Thrown down by Tochi. Keeping Dahl close over at first. 6 straight balls for Davis Brown. Was cruising through this inning and is now in a bit of a pinch. Down 2-0. 2 outs though. Runner on first. Again, Dahl having to dive back. Andrew Dahl does have 2 stolen. He has 1 stolen base on 2 attempts. A little bit of speed for a catcher, and then another throw over. You do not see this very often here, folks. A lot of throws over with the catcher at first base. Not usually a whole lot of speed coming out from behind the plate. 2-0 pitch. 7 straight balls here for Davis Brown. Has all of a sudden lost his control. Maybe having someone on first base messing with his mechanics a little bit. He hasn't pitched in the stretch since the first inning. Finally, grooves run right down the middle, so Niglia taking the whole way. Getting more out near the bullpen. Senior Chris Baldy, right-handed pitcher from Mahawa, New Jersey. Ripped down to shortstop, and it's through the legs of Roberson. That's an E6. That's an ole from Roberson. Puts 2 runners on, and Baldy has to hurry up trying to get warm. So Davis Brown a little bit of a trouble, the sophomore. With 2 outs, though, runners on first and second. Getting into the heart of that order, Cam Cook up, a .325 batter. 7 doubles on the season. Pitch high. He's only thrown 1 strike in the last 8 pitches. Davis Brown with the set, 1-0. Ripped foul. And a nice foot stop right in front of us by George Long, the senior pitcher. He threw earlier and had a long toss session. Doubt we'll see him in the game. Davis Brown 1-1 to Cam Cook. Cam Cook trying to pull some damage here and at least tie up the game. He'll get under one. It's lifted to the outfield. Center field will take charge, and it's put away by Hardin, and that will do it for the inning. Anthonopoulos stops the bleeding as Davis allowed a couple of base runners, but he gets out of it. They still lead 3-2 coming up in the bottom of the 5th. Yanni Thanopoulos up to the plate with 3-2 lead. He singled to left, and he popped out to short. You're looking to get another hit and get on base as the leadoff batter. Swings through one to quickly go 0-1. Still on the mound for Nichols is Jack DeCenzo in his second inning of work. Thanopoulos awaits the 0-1. And the dirt evens things up. Amherst does still have Baldy warming up. We'll see if he comes in or if he's just going to wait and see what Davis Brown does in the next inning. High to Thanopoulos. He gets ahead 2-1. Freshman from Norfolk, Mass, trying to get through this inning. Get 2 innings of work here. Gets one in there, evens things up at 2 apiece. Looking to put away the most feared hitter, the dangerous Thanopoulos for Amherst. Watches one outside, full count now. If you're just joining us, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. 3-2 lead in favor of the hometown Amherst Mammoths. They host Nichols in an out-of-conference matchup as Thanopoulos swings through one. Here's the 3-2. Thanopoulos chops one to third. Taken easily and put away by Nakari. Over to Bouchard. Thanopoulos is dispatched. And again, the greatest ditty up comes up. Anthony Spina, who doubled in the 3rd inning and later scored.
Now batting, number 16, Anthony Spina.
Great. Oh, man, the greatest ditty up of all time. DeCenzo to Spina. Looking to cause some damage. Gets under one and underwhelming, but it could be trouble. Waugh comes in. He'll handle it. Calls everyone else off. And a quick out as DeCenzo motoring through. That brings up Nick Nardone. He walked in the first, grounded out to short in the 3rd. So 0 for 1 on the day. And again, 3 home runs on the year. Does have the power. DeCenzo working quickly. Let's poke out again to Waugh. Waugh having to come in. Calls out the second baseman. And he'll put it away. A 5-pitch inning for DeCenzo. And that will do away with the Mammoths in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back with your top of the 6th inning here on the Northeast Sports Network. Nick Waugh up to bat. He got on base in the first, grounded out to the pitcher in the third. They're going to make something happen here. Davis Brown still on the mound, just misses on the inside corner for a ball. Bolly still warming up. Waugh fakes the bunt, pulled it back. They'll call it a ball. California native not happy about it. Davis Brown now with the pitch. Low, he looks to have lost his command. He's at his real, not innings limit, but coming into the sixth, this is the most he's pitched all year into a game with a 3-2 lead. He'll get one across for a strike. Dangerous putting one right down the middle against Waugh, 4-19 batter. And a high breaking ball goes for a ball, and Nick Waugh's on base with the walk.
Now batting, number 33,
Kyle Bouchard steps in. Big freshman. 369 hitter coming in. Hasn't done much. He's had a fielder's choice in the first and grounded out to second in the third. Or, excuse me, in the fourth. And Davis Brown almost gets another error to his name as he throws behind Henley. 2 errors on the day for Amherst, one by the pitcher Davis Brown on a throw to second trying to turn a double, and then right through the wickets of Roberson last inning at short. Brown steps off. Waugh playing with him over there. And again, Waugh's got a few stolen bases to his name this year. 14 to be exact, as Bouchard watches one go outside. Nick Waugh's going to play with Davis Brown. They've proven so far today, when you get people on base against Brown, he pays a little bit too much attention to the base runner, not to the batter. Waugh stepping off again. He'll stay. Ball in the dirt, though. 2-0 count to Bouchard. Gotta think this might be the short leash portion of the game for Davis Brown. Wants to at least get that one out here in the sixth, and we're going to get a pitching meeting out there. Jordan Tabachman will come talk to his young sophomore pitcher. Got a whole lot of command recently after a string in the second, third, and fourth. 3 innings in a row of 1-2-3 ball. Struggled to get through the fifth after getting 2 quick outs with a walk, an error from Roberson, and then he got Cam Cook to fly out to center, but he's walked Nick Waugh on 5 pitches and has thrown 2 straight balls to Kyle Bouchard here. It's a 2-0 count. Just changed it on the scoreboard. Davis Brown looks at Waugh. Waugh again, 14 stolen bases. He gets a big lead. Look to have been going. He'll stop, and it's a 3-0 count to Bouchard. Davis Brown, California native, trying to get out of this inning, at least get an out, so he can go 6 officially, and Nick Waugh just getting in there. Good throw over from the young pitcher, keeping someone with legitimate speed on base. Or at least honest. Goes over again. That one way closer. A perfect throw by Davis Brown. Henley with the sweep. Can't quite get him. That was a close one, though. Davis Brown trying to work quickly to keep Waugh close to the back. He'll go over again. Oh, another good throw by Davis Brown. And Nick Waugh, you got to think, 3-0 count. He's just trying to play with Brown right here. Not as big of a lead. He'll go to the plate. And he'll miss on the outside. Boucher with the walk on 4 pitches. Out of Chris, Davis Brown has thrown 9 pitches. 8 of them for balls. And that looks to be the end of Davis Brown's day. Chris Baldy will come in, the senior right-hander from Mahwah, New Jersey, and we'll be right back with his stats as he warms up here on the Northeast Sports Network. Chris Baldy takes over on the mound. The senior has appeared in 11 innings here so far in 10 total games, all in relief. He's given up 14 hits, 5 earned runs, got a 4.09 ERA. Senior looking to get some innings, and again, Brian Ham, head coach of the Mammoths, said earlier this will be a time where you see pitchers that don't get a whole lot of innings or need some work, and Baldy, one of those pitchers here today. Gets it across, Ford showed bunt. He pulls it back. It's a 1-0 count. Baldy waits. Infield in for the bunt, so Waugh might have an open base with Roberson really hold him on there. 2-0 count to Ford. Tim Ford's been showing the bunt. Nichols trying to play some small ball here in the 6th inning. Game was cruising along in the middle. We've come to almost a grinding halt here. 2-0 count with a lot of balls thrown by 2 different Amherst pitchers here in the inning. Ford does lay down the bunt, but it's foul. That would have been a good one if it had stayed fair. No out, so Nichols looking to try and get runners into second and third, 2 scoring position rolls there. They'll take the out with it. Baldy in the stretch. He sets. Waugh creeping. He'll go to the plate. Swung on by Ford. What a play by Roberson. He'll go to second to get the out. He was running up to cover third, and it was hit by Ford to his left. He had to dive back for it. He gets it to Steinhorn to second for the out. What a play. He had the bad, costly error in the 3rd inning, but makes up for it there and gets the out. Waugh moves up to third. Still a 3-2 lead here for Amherst. Matt Hardy steps in. He's grounded out to third twice. Runners on first and third here. We'll see if Nichols College tries anything funky. And the bunt looking for it, and they'll take second off of the, we'll call it a wild pitch, as it was in the dirt. So Matt Hardy showing the bunt. And kind of by default gets the runner up to second. So Tim Ford moves up to second. Waugh on third. Matt Hardy at the dish. Baldy with the pitch. Just barely gets it across the plate. Another ball. 2-0 count. Both Baldy and Davis Brown, who started the inning, having trouble finding the strike zone. That lead in jeopardy, a one-run lead as it's fouled away. 2-1 count now. Baldy in the stretch. 2-1 count, 1 out. 2 ducks in the pond. Infield is all the way in. Hardy swings, and it's over Steinhorn's head. That could be 2. The throw in from right field is cut off. Oh, that's only 1. Only Waugh scores. Ford held up at third. A single for Matt Hardy up the middle. We've got a tie ball game, 3 apiece, as Baldy cannot keep the Nichols College Bison off the board. 1 out in the inning, first and third situation yet again. Signs come from Tachi behind the plate and what they want to do in case of an attempted steal. And they do have some speed on the base paths. Matt Hardy with 1 stolen base attempt out of 2, and 1's fouled off to start off 0-1. Nakari up. Nakari got picked off again in the second inning, which led to the 3-inning string of 3 and outs. 3-inning string of 3 and outs for Davis Brown. Davis Brown lost control in the 5th, left in the 6th, and Nakari grounded out to third in the 5th. And they'll pick off Hardy as Baldy with the nifty move to get him going without even going to the plate. So 0-1 to Nakari. Runner still on third, though. 2 outs. Just need a C-nice single to bring in Tim Ford. It's popped up into foul territory on the right. Henley racing back and over the shoulder makes the catch. And that'll do it. So we've got a tie ball game going into the top half or bottom half of the 6th inning. Due up, Ariel Kenny, Ryan Harden, and Shazay Henley for the Mammoths. We'll be right back on the Northeast Sports Network. Ariel Kenny leads things off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. He's got an infield single in the first and reached on an error by the third baseman. In for the game pitching for the Bison is Andrew Charbonneau. He's been in the game twice. He's been in 2 games, 2 innings pitched. He's allowed 1 walk and 1 K, and that is it. He's only faced 5 batters on the season. The freshman delivers a first pitch strike out of Berlin, Connecticut, not too far down the road, and quickly starts 0-2, working quickly to Ariel Kenny. Chuck Scott with the Northeast Sports Network taking you through the action. We're tied here at 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Amherst blew a 3-2 lead last inning. Davis Brown, who really motored through the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings, faced some trouble in the 5th, got out of it, could not get out of it in the 6th, give way to Chris Baldy, and Chris Baldy gave up the earned run to bring us to where we are now. As my papers start flying all over the place. Gust of wind comes in. It's coming in from the outfield, so don't expect a whole lot of balls to carry here in the later stages of this game. 1-2 count up high, having to lean out of the way of that is Kenny. Brings things even at 2 apiece. Charbonneau, the 2-2. Ariel Kenny gets a hold of one, but it's way foul right in front of us down the third base line. Put a good rope on it, has to straighten it out though. Here's the pitch, and Charbonneau starts out strong with a strikeout of Ariel Kenny. His 2 appearances, Andrew Charbonneau, recently on April 19th and 23rd. 1 inning pitch against Mitchell and the loss in the win against Curry. Curry was where he gave up the 1 walk, and he just got a 2nd strikeout here today. That's where he got his first one. He did hit a batter at Mitchell. He throws hard. So batters, again, we saw Ariel Kenny having to duck out of the way of one. So it can be a little bit wild. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Evens things up at 1 apiece. .511 freshman with the 1-1 out. He's got the 2nd K of the year. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Ryan Harden being patient. Trying to make the freshman throw even more. Warming up in front of us is Miles Castiglione. That might be the end of Baldy. We'll see what happens at the top half of the 7th. We're in the bottom of the 6th in the Northeast Sports Network. Chuck Scott taking you through. Harden able to foul that one off. 2-2. Working quickly is Charbonneau. Lunged at, ground ball. Bouchard to Charbonneau. Quick speed by Harden. And good coverage there by Charbonneau and a good toss by Bouchard. It's 2 outs quickly here for the freshman pitcher. Chazé Henley steps in. He's struck out twice so far, once swinging in the first, looking in the 4th. Licks another breaking ball in the zone, 0-1 quickly. Fouled off quickly, 0-2. Trying to avoid the hat trick here. Chazé Henley. And he ropes one to left field, and that'll again for a base hit. A 2-out double and an 0-2 double. Or excuse me, single to left field. Chazé Henley on. Severino Tachi coming up. He's grounded out to the pitcher and flown out to right.
Now batting, number 10, Severino Tocci.
Toshi, a 314 hitter, fouls one off. The second leadoff in the 9 spot, the catcher, where they usually come at, fouls one off to start things off 0-1. Charbonneau working quickly, working effectively. Tochi grounds out to third, Nakari with it, and he comes up and easy out there. 5-3 to end the inning. Your score, 3s at the end of 6. We go into the top half of the second, and it looks like, yes, indeed, Castigli will be coming in. We'll be right back in the Northeast Sports Network with your 7th inning. Mike Castigli in the game, the left-handed senior, getting a rare appearance. He's been in 5 games, 5.2 innings pitched, and, well, he's given up 8 runs in those 5.2 innings, 6 of them earned. So his ERA up above 9. He has 4 Ks, hasn't walked anyone, though, so he puts it in the strike zone. So the senior left-hander out of Middle Island, New York, off Long Island, into the game for Amherst. And again, as Coach Brian Ham said, some pitchers are going to get some innings that normally don't. Leading off here, Joe Asenza, who's 0 for 2 so far on the day. Working quickly from the lefty, and it's high for a ball. Joe Asenza's popped out to second, grounded out to short. Here in the top half of the 7th inning. There's a rope out to center field, but right at the center fielder, Benopoulos. And it's an easy out, albeit a loud one. Andrew Dahl steps in, walked in the 5th in his last at-bat, also popped out to second. Castigli with the pitch. First pitch swinging out to right field, and it drops in. Thrown in quickly by Ariel Kenny. And there's a bloop. Well, it's not really a bloop. It was out midway through the outfield, but just hugging that right field line. So the catcher gets on with the base hit. Cerniglia comes on, singled in the 1st, and he grounded out to short in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. He reached on an error in the 5th. He watches one, nope, and that's a strike. 0-1 to him. Not much of a lead over at first from the catcher. Ripped out to right field. Kenny will handle this one easily for the second out. Scampering back is Andrew Dahl. Castiglione trying to get out of this one. Not quite 1-2-3, but with relatively no noise made. Cam Cook comes in. He reached in the first. He's 0 for 2 cents. 1 for 3 games so far for Cam Cook. Castiglione with the delivery. Roped down the third baseline, but foul. If anyone was on the mound for Amherst, they were in danger there. Castiglione working quickly. 0-1. 2 outs. And popped up. Steinhorn calls off the center field Yiannopoulos, and that'll do it. So not quite 1-2-3, but a quick, efficient inning from Castiglione puts Nichols College away in the top half of the 7th. 3-3 coming up in the bottom half of the 7th. We'll be right back here on the Northeast Sports Network. Max Steinhorn leads things off. He doubled back in the 4th. He's 1 for 3 today. He's grounded out to short twice. Andrew Charbonneau still on the mound after a strong 6th inning. Jose Henley, the only one to reach base, but quickly swinging the bat is Steinhorn, and he gets on base. That'll be a single, and bobbling it out there in the outfield was Asenza. So score that one a single and an E8. Not wasting any time is Amherst in trying to get the score out of a tie. That brings up Harry Roberson. He singled in the first and flew out and grounded out in the 2nd and 4th. He's swinging first pitch. He'll foul one off to the right near the makeshift bullpen out there for Nichols. Charbonneau, 0-1 count. Swinging at everything as Charbonneau staying in the strike zone. Roberson swings through one, got a piece of it quickly, 0-2. Cam Cook comes and whispers something to Charbonneau. We'll see if anything funky is on over at second. Steinhorn doesn't seem privy to anything going on. Keeping an eye on it. Charbonneau going back to second. Cam Cook trying to catch Steinhorn off balance there. Things cooling down here at Amherst College, Bill Thurston Field, on a dreary April afternoon. Fouled away by Roberson, still 0-2, just staying alive. Staying alive. Roberson awaits the 0-2. Charbonneau trying to dispel that leadoff single that turned into a double off the error from Asenza out there in center field. Roberson fouls another one off, staying alive. Almost 2 hours played here so far today. Game started a little bit after 4 p.m. on this Wednesday afternoon. Fouled off again, trying to go with the high heat with Charbonneau. Roberson's really battling hard here, making the freshman pitcher work. Arlington, Mass native awaits the 0-2. Watches that one bounce in front of the plate. Steinhorn's going to get to third base underneath Nakari. Off of a throw by Dole. Not sure Dole really had a shot. Got the block, but it skittled away from him to his left. Just a little bit unlucky there. We'll call that a wild pitch for Steinhorn. Runner on third, 1-2 count, no outs. Pitch to Roberson. Roberson watches that one in the dirt, evens things up at 2 apiece. Crunch time, infield is in here for Nichols, trying to keep that run from coming across the plate. Here's the set from Charbonneau. Here's the 2-2. Bounces another one, 3 straight balls in the dirt. Count is full. Infield in this late stages in a 3-3 game. You can argue you want him to get to first base and maybe have that double play in mind, but in such a close ball game with very few runs scored and a little offense, don't want to risk it. Ground ball to short. They'll look back the runner on to Bouchard, and that'll do it for Roberson. Can't get anything going with that. 6-3 as the score there. Only one out, though. Thanopoulos comes to the plate. Now, this is someone that you think possibly about walking to set up a double play. The dangerous Thanopoulos. As he steps in. Looks like they're going to pitch to him. Infield still in, trying to keep Steinhorn off of the plate. Thanopoulos can't hold off of the breaking ball. Good pitch there by Charbonneau, the freshman. Young freshman versus storied senior. Who will win this matchup? 0-1 pitch. Lifted into the outfield. Waugh will get under it. We'll see if he can throw out Steinhorn going to the plate on the tag. Steinhorn will hold off. He did not get a good jump, and Waugh throws it in. Thanopoulos puts his head down, disappointed. He can't drive the run in. What a throw from Waugh to Bouchard at first base, who cut it off to keep Steinhorn at third. Amherst with Anthony Spina coming up. He's got a double in the third. He's 1 for 3. And let's see if he can use the power of the Lion King to drive home Steinhorn, who started off this inning with leadoff single that turned into a double off the Asenza era. Big swing and a foul ball there from Spina. Certainly trying to use that power. Spina double taps the plate. Awaits the 0-1. 2 outs. Charbonneau bends the knees of Spina. What a pitch from the freshman. He's got the stuff. They got a good kid here. If he can keep this stuff going, he's got a good, strong 2 innings here for the Nichols Calls Bison. 0-2 to Spina. 2 outs. Runner on third. Spina ground ball right back to Charbonneau. Strong throw to Bouchard at first, and he gets out of it. A leadoff single that turned into a double, and he strands Steinhorn at third base even after a wild pitch. So we go in to the top half of the 8th, still tied at 3 apiece. Castiglione still in the game for Amherst. We're still tied at 3. We're in the top half of the 8th inning. Nick Waugh steps in. He's 1 for 3. He walked back in the 6th, his most recent at bat. Quickly working is Castiglione. He throws one high to Nick Waugh. Heart of the order coming up, Waugh, Bouchard, and Ford. 3 dangerous hitters coming up for Nichols. Waugh, which is another one too low. Castiglione's got to split the difference here and find the strike zone. Castiglione quick working 2-0 pitch up high. Maybe drawing another walk out of respect is Nick Waugh here. And another one high. That'll be the second walk in a row for Nick Waugh. Not helping the batting average, but helping his team out here, getting on base. Well, it's not hurting the batting average, but all right. It was neutral, or as we'll say, a neutron. It was a neutron of an at-bat. Now warming up is George Long, the senior right-hander from Newtown, Pennsylvania. First pitch, a ball, and now, all of a sudden, 5 straight balls from Castiglione. Ever since the 5th inning, it's been the Amherst pitchers that have struggled to find the strike zone. Nick Waugh gets off base, but with the lefty, he stays close to the bag. That was close to a balk there, but every lefty on a pickoff move is close to a balk. Castiglione goes. Nick Waugh goes. Looking for the stolen base. He'll go down, and he's in there. Steinhorn had to take that on the hop in the outfield. Not a good throw from Tachi behind the plate. Nichols trying to manufacture a run, and Bouchard here up in the count, 2-0. Right now, accuracy costing the Amherst, and here comes pitching coach Jordan to Bachman. Talk things over with Castiglione, the senior pitcher, who has had control problems so far this year. Hasn't seen a whole lot of action, but in the action he has, he's led 6 earned runs, 8 total runs in just 5 2/3 innings. Quick talk from Bachman. Long still working, trying to warm up quickly. George Long, senior right-hander, started 2 games. He's 0-3, but most of his appearances, 7 of them, come in relief. He's got a 5.96 ERA, but a 17-6 K to walk ratio. A lot of 28 hits over those 22.2 innings. So digging into that bullpen to try and get some guys some innings. And the feigned bunt from Bouchard brings it to 3-0. Here's the pitch from Castiglione. Catches the corner, take all the way there from Bouchard. Got a groove one here, and Bouchard's got some power. Got a couple home runs on the year. Bouchard actually lays down a bunt. The big man just barely fouled. Not a bad bunt attempt there. Just barely skirts to the left of the line. And it's a full count, 3-2. Big man will be swinging away. Three-two pitch coming from Castiglione to Bouchard. They'll chase back Waugh, making sure he's not running on the pitch. We'll reset. 3-2 pitch coming up here to Bouchard. He swings, lifts one high, still in the infield. Couple people call for it. Steinhorn takes charge, and he'll take it away. Bouchard, not the game he wanted, as he still has an 0 for 3. Had the walk back in the 6th. Tim Ford comes up. Reached on the first on a hit. Fielder's choice in the 6th, so right now he's 1 for 2 in the game. All the way to the 3rd. Couldn't come across the plate to score a run in the 6th inning. First pitch swinging. Over to Roberson at short. It'll be in the dirt, dug out. Well, it was a good hop to Henley at first. And quickly 2 outs now, trying to strand Waugh over there at second base. Matt Hardy comes in, singled in the 6th. And then was picked off. Trying to go to second off of not even a throw to the plate. A spin. Waugh goes down to the dirt. No throw, though. So Matt Hardy, 1 for 3 in the game, is grounded out to 3rd 2 other times. Amherst leading in hits, but also leading in errors. 8-6 in hits, 2-1 in errors. There's one in the zone. Your first pitch strike from Castigli in this game. Or, excuse me, just in this inning. Castigli gets the signal, sets. Here's the pitch. Swung on, got him with the off speed. 0-2. Castigli might get out of this after a lead-off walk to Nick Waugh and a stolen base. Here's the payoff from Castigli. Swung on, hit up the middle. Roberson takes it into the chest. Has to go to first, and he beats it out. Nick Waugh going home on the throw, and he's safe. What are they going to say? He's just pointing. We don't have a call yet. Nichols is saying that he's out. We didn't have an out call. And the third base coach runs in, and now there's an argument at home plate. And that is an animated argument between home plate umpire Mario Rosas and I don't know which coach that is. That's either Greg Terhune, Justin Peluso. That might be the head coach. Tossed. No one's tossed yet. Nick Waugh with the heads-up play to try and score from that. Looked like he got in. The throw was off. What a controversy here. And that'll end it. Does not get across. Nick Waugh trying to score there. And we'll go into the bottom half of the 8th inning still tied at 3 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Nick Nardone leads off already an exciting 8th inning. So Nick Waugh tries to score from second on the throw to first and just beats the throw but can't get the plate. Nardone swings on the first one. It's a foul ball. That might be playable for Dahl. He goes back to the backstop and can't get it. He didn't quite manage the wall there. Again, home field advantage there for Amherst as they get away with a possible out there. Into the game quickly, Chris DiPoletto, now pitching for Nichols College. We'll get his stats up, but just to recap, if you're just joining us here on the Northeast Sports Network as the 0-1 pitch comes in to Nardone, Waugh beat the throw home from first after it was Matt Hardy who grounded, beat the throw. Roberson bobbled it, threw it over to the first. Hardy beat the throw over there. Nick Waugh rounded third as we go to a 1-2 count. Looked to have beat the throw home, but had to go back for the home plate umpire, Mario Rosas. Didn't make an initial call as we go to 2-2. And then pointed to the plate, did not make it out or safe call. Nichols understood that as being out as Nardone pokes one out to center field. The Senza can't get there, so a leadoff single here for Nardone. His second time on base. He's 1 for 3 now. And then third base coach, I'm not sure if it's Nick Petruccio or Greg Terhune, Justin Peluso, or Ben Haro, ran all the way from the third base coach box and had a pretty animated argument with home plate umpire Mario Rosas. And Rosas looked to be the more animated of the two, as the throw over from DiPoletto keeps Nardone on the bag. Nakari now giving signals to the infield. And that's where we are, still 3-3, another throw over. So that's where we are, and we're having, this is an intense game tied at 3, and this is an intense game for a non-conference matchup. A bunt attempt laid down to the first base side. DiPoletto takes it, throws out Ariel Kenny. So that's going as a sack bunt. And the first out of the inning, but moves Nardone up to second. In crunch time, bottom of the 8th, tied at 3. Expect to see small ball from each team, especially from Nichols, as Nakari, Asenza, and Dole, their bottom of the order, are leading off the next inning. And if Amherst can get a lead here, we will see Long. You got to think he's been warming up for a bit. He's now sitting on the bench for the Mammoths. DiPoletto trying to get away with that leadoff single. Nardone now standing at second after the sack bunt from Kenny, and Hardin looks at one up high for a ball. Nardone gets caught leaning, but neither of the two middle infielders covering. DiPoletto may have had him if he had anyone there to throw it to. 1-0 to Hardin. Hardin had an infield single in the first, struck out looking in the third, and grounded out to first in the 6th. One of the very strong innings from Andrew Charbonneau, who came in relief of Jack DeCenzo. Tyler Crane was your starter for Nichols College. Hardin takes time at the plate. This is now that point in the baseball game where there will be a lot of timing, kind of timeouts, and pitchers will take longer or go quickly depending on what they feel. And Hardin swings through one. It's now 1-2. Ryan Hardin 1 out, trying to bring in Nardone. Duck on the pond here for the Mammoths. Need to make something happen. Chazé Henley on deck for Amherst. Hardin looks at one high, 2-2, way to lay off. DiPoletto sets 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Hardin goes down to dig it out. Bouchard gets pulled off the bag. They're going to call Hardin safe. He tried to get the tag on the other side, so that'll actually go as an error for Cerniglia. So E6, and now Nardone stands on third base with only 1 out. Chazé Henley comes to plate. So this is a definite bunting situation. We're seeing some real good small ball here and some good opportunities for it as well. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Corners in, Nakari on the grass. 2 middle fielders at double play depth. Here's a pitch from DiPilato. The bunt attempt will go foul from Henley. Bouchard coming off the bag, tagging quickly off the mound was DiPilato. Nardone trots back to third. 0-1, 1 out now to Henley. Henley gets the signals. DiPilato has been somewhat erratic since coming in. We'll see if they take this one here or if the bunt attempt is back on. Not a lot of speed from Harding back at first as he'll have to dive back in. DiPilato just seeing if anything's on right now for the Mammoths. 3-3 tie here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Crunch time here for Amherst. DiPilato again fakes to third. Won't go over to first. You're watching the Northeast Sports Network's coverage of NESCAC baseball. It's an out-of-conference matchup with Nichols making the short drive out to Amherst. Here's the 0-1. Going at first base, fouled away by Henley. Hardin had the jump. And Henley quickly down 0-2 in a hole. Surprised not seeing the take there with the runner going to try and get something going if you're going to be down 0-2 anyways. Get the defense to make a play. 0-2 pitch. DiPilato again with the third to first fake. 0-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Henley roasts one out into the left field or right field. Waugh's going to be the one that gets there. Nardone tags up. Big throw by Waugh. That won't make it, though. Bouchard has to cut it off. And Amherst matriculates a run off the sac fly by Henley. Nick Waugh with a heck of an effort to throw that out from right field. Bouchard wisely cutting it off and keeping Hardin at first base. And now Long gets back up as he's their closer. And we'll look to close out this game in the top half of the 9th. Tochi looking to make a 2-out rally here with the runner on first. He'll first pitch swinging. Nakari throws over to Bouchard at first, and that'll do it. But the damage has been done. We go into the top of the 9th with Chris Long walking out. With George Long walking out to the mound to try and close this one out here on the Northeast Sports Network. Christian Nikari steps in to the batter's box. Down 4-3. George Long on to close it out. There isn't a recorded save here for Amherst, so we'll call him their relief pitcher by default here today. He's only started 2 games out of 9. He bounces one in to start things off. Nikari ahead quickly, 1-0. George Long only has 3 losses on the year, 5.96 ERA. Finds the strike zone there with some heat, 1-1. He's given up 2 home runs, so coming with that heat is a lot of pop off the bat. Oh, he definitely went. Oh, my God. That is base umpire Don Strawnmeyer saying he did not go from our angle. It absolutely looked like he went. Tough call there for Long. 2-1 count. Swung on. Fouled off. 2-2. Nikari has to battle here. It's a big drop-off in terms of pitching for Amherst. Justin Voll, their senior stud. 5 games started, 5-0. 3 complete games as another one fouled off by Nikari. 31.2 innings pitched, 27 hits, 6 earned runs, 1.71 ERA, 6.82 K per 9 inning, only 13 walks to 24 Ks. Stud pitcher right there. Their next best pitcher, though, ERA of 4.15, a 3-2 record. So very much at the D3 level, you will get that a lot. A very fluid situation of pitchers as starters or bullpen pitchers. As that one misses high, it's a full count here to Nikari. You will get that a lot. A very fluid situation in terms of how you use your pitchers at the D3 level. Here's the payoff pitch. Lifted into the outfield. Steinhorn catches that one easily. 1 out from the end of this game if they can hold on here. Joe Asenza steps in. He is 0 for 3 so far. He's popped out and flied out and grounded out. Lineups haven't changed at all for either team to this point in the top of the 9th. Long throws one down the middle and immediately put into center field by Asenza. And I'll bring up Andrew Dahl. Andrew Dahl steps in, singled in the 7th, walked in the 5th, and popped out to the 2nd in the 2nd. A 1 for 2 game for the catcher. Runner on first. Amherst looking for the double play now. Trying to avoid the top of the order. Bounced in. And Tochi will just hold on to this one. Nichols feeling it now with Asenza at 2nd and 1 out. Dahl up 1-0 in the count. Scores that one a wild pitch as it was blocked. And that pitch was in the dirt, just blocked out in front of the catcher's, or in front of the plate. So another little bad luck for Tochi. Throw back to 2nd, diving back in is Asenza, but Roberson catches it behind the back. George Long stares in. Pressure pack situation, runner on 2nd, 1 out. Finds the strike zone and a good changeup there, evens things up. George stares in again. 1-1 count, 1 out, runner at 2nd. Nichols trying to tie things up, force a bottom of the 9th. There's another one, another off-speed pitch that finds the strike zone, 1-2. Having a battle now is Andrew Dahl. One-two count, 1 out. Long with the pitch. Close one. Dahl wanted that one. Can't get him to chase. Evens things up at 2. Asenza dancing around there at 2nd. Sends a back pocket out. Gets his lead. Long sets. 2-2 pitch. Bounces one again, and it gets away. Tochi scampers back to the wall. He'll pick it up. It's a 3-2 count. Now runner on third base. 1 out. Again, another one in the dirt gets away from Tachi, and it can be tough with those breaking balls that get in the dirt. They can spin off a catcher. Infield is in to protect the run. 3-2 pitch here coming up. Long from the windup. Fouled away. Amherst had to feel like they had this one not in the bag. Had to feel confident going into this top half of the ninth with Long coming on. Struggling to get through. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, hit towards third. Nardone all the way to first. Solid play, 2 outs. Runner still at third. Infielders come back. George Long gets the ground out that he needs. Cerniglia singled in the first and has had an 0 for 2 night since. Reach on an error in the fifth. That was the one that went through Roberson's wickets. Looks at a first pitch ball. Can't get this breaking ball over to Cerniglia. Right at the 6:20 mark here. Quick 2-hour and 20-minute game so far. Another breaking ball doesn't entice Cerniglia. Want to limit things here. You don't want to get into Cam Cook, Nick Waugh, or Kyle Bouchard if you're George Long here. A lot of power through the middle of that lineup. Swung on, grounded to second. Steinhorn with the easy play to first, and that'll do it. George Long comes in, gets in a little bit of trouble, but works his way out of it, and Amherst matriculates their